Hey guys, what's up? This is White Boy for the win, and today I have another Pokemon X or Y moveset video for you guys today. Now, as you can tell from your screen, we are making a Pangoro moveset. Now, roughly around a year or so ago, when X and Y was probably around a month old, I made an old Pangoro moveset video, and I know that that set was complete and utter crap because I gave that thing a choice scarf with a jolly nature, and from like my experience now, I know that that set was complete and utter shit. I deleted it probably around a month ago, so I wanted to actually remake it, and I've been on Damage Calc for probably around 2 hours today trying to work with Pangoro, because Pangoro, let's face it, is probably one of the worst Pokemon to come out of 6th gen just based off its stats. I like the design of Pangoro. I like how they were going with like the gangster, mobster kind of look with the panda and a little grass coming out that it has in its mouth. So I like the design of it, but its stats are just complete and utter shit. So that's what I've been doing on Damage Calc, is that I've been trying to work around its stats to where it can deal some damage and also take hits as well. So for the first things first, we are going to be working on its ability first. Now we are going to be giving it the Scrappy ability because in my opinion that's the best ability for it, next to Mold Breaker. Now if you don't know what Scrappy does, basically that normal and fighting type moves will be able to hit ghost types, and that's like one of the best abilities for Pangoro. Now if you're running like if your opponent has like a Rotom or something with Levitate on your opponent's side of the field, then Mold Breaker is your next best ability for Pangoro, but all in all, Scrappy is your best ability. Okay, so for the item, I decided that I'm going to give this thing the Assault Vest. Now I know you're probably saying, why give this thing the Assault Vest when this thing has very, very bad defenses, and also you can also probably give this thing like a Choice Band or something like that. Now when I went on Damage Calc and typed in Pangoro, it showed me max attack with Adamant Nature with the Choice Band. Now that is good, but Pangoro has a base stat of 124, I believe, in its physical attack, so you don't really need a Choice Band for it. I'm just trying to build around its other stats to where this thing could be kind of bulky in the lower tiers and also deal a lot of damage. So that's where I'm kind of going with this. Okay, so we also have Pangoro up on Cerebi because we are going to need it, because I really didn't figure out a moveset for Pangoro per se. I was just working around moves that I think that would work well for it. But before we get to the moves, obviously we're going to be doing the stats and the nature, but before that we're going to work on the nature. So for the nature, I'm going to give this thing Adamant, and the reason why I'm giving this Adamant is because its best stat is its physical attack, and I don't want nothing to actually take away from it. So I wanted to give this thing Adamant Nature because I want this thing to be able to hit hard as well. So what we're going to do is that we're going to give this thing 252 in physical attack. So this thing is going to have max attack, and its stats going to be a 381, which is phenomenal. Okay, and for the rest of its stats, I wanted to actually spread out a lot of its other EV spreads into them. So what I did is that I split its HP and defense with 128, and then I gave its defense at 128 as well. So 128 in HP and then 128 in defense. Now, I didn't want to give any special defense EVs into Pangoro because we do have the Assault Vest, and I did actually calc it up for its special defense. Let me just do it again real quick because I forgot the number. So its base is at 71, so 71 times 1.5, and that gives you a base 106.5 special defense without any special defense EVs invested. So if you find a Pokemon with a base 106 special defense, then without like any EVs invested into it, that's going to be Pangoro's special defense with the Assault Vest. Now as you can tell, as you can tell from like the typings that Pangoro is weak to, it's 4 times weak to Fairy. So that's one of the reasons why I gave this thing Assault Vest, is because fairies, or should I say Fairy moves, are mostly all special except for like Play Rough, and like Sylveon is a thing, Moonblast, Dazzling Gleam, all those moves are a thing, and Pokemon from the lower tier I know can learn those type of attacks. So giving Pangoro the Assault Vest will hopefully be able to live a hit or so and knock out the other Pokemon. And let's see, it's 2 times weak to flying and 2 times weak to fighting. So a dark fighting type for Pangoro is not that bad because it only has 3 weaknesses. But the bad thing is that Fairy and Fighting are the 2 most common types to actually use for competitive battling. Also somewhat Flying because Talonflame is still a thing, and that's also bad. But it's not like if you're playing by tiers, you're going to be able to see like a Talonflame on someone else's team while using a Pangoro. So it's not like it's very viable, or I don't know how to say it, but like, it's not viable, but like you won't see a Talonflame basically. Okay, so there's its stats. There's nothing really much I can do else to it because, like I said, I've been working with Pangoro on Damage Cal for roughly around 2 hours or so today, and this is kind of like what I was going with, is that I wanted to split its HP and also its defense, because if I'm giving this thing the Assault Vest, then there's no reason for me to actually give this thing any special defense EVs into it. I was thinking about actually giving it 252 in HP like I've seen on Damage Cal, but I also wanted to have this thing have deep physical defense EVs into it as well, so then it will be able to take hits even better. And at base, or not base, at stat 363 for its HP, that is very high just for me, and we'll be able to take a couple hits. So that's where I'm kind of going with this. Sorry if I hit the mic. I wanted this thing to hit hard, take maybe 1 or 2 hits, and then basically die. So with base 124 physical attack, Pangoro is going to be 1-hit KOing a lot of lower tier Pokemon, basically in the RU tier, because that's where Pangoro, I believe, is placed on Smogon. Okay, so the last thing I wanted to talk about, obviously, are the moves. Now, there's one move I actually wanted to give it, and it's one of the egg moves, which is Storm Throw. Now, Storm Throw is 100% accuracy move with and this ability also gives you a 100% crit, so it's kind of like Freeze Dry, I believe. It's like when you use it, you always get a crit. That's what Storm Throw does, so we're actually going to give this thing Storm Throw. Just can't spell, sorry about that. It's also a stab move, and this thing will also land crits every time you hit. Okay, because it has 100% accuracy for getting crits. Now, this thing can learn Surf. Sorry about that, I didn't see that coming. But for its other moves, I was thinking about giving this thing Earthquake or Stone Edge, just because of like its weakness for flying types. So maybe even Rock Slide or Stone Edge will work as well. So we might be giving this thing Rock Slide or Stone Edge, depending, because this thing is in a lower tier. It's not like I play by tiers, which I don't. So I don't know if like Illumise or Volbeat or some of those like weak Pokemon you would never see are in that tier, so it's not like you're going to be needing a very, very effective super attacking move, because they can probably be one-shotted by Pangoro. I mean, let's be honest here. Okay, so there's actually one move I actually want to give Pangoro, and that is Poison Jab. Now, the reason why I'm giving this Poison Jab is because of coverage for Fairy types, because Pangoro is 4 times effective to Fairy, so Poison Jab is kind of essential for Pangoro, just because then if Pangoro is like your last Pokemon to use and it's against a Fairy type, Poison Jab is like your best move to actually use, and you're not stuck into Choice Band because you have the Assault Vest. I'm pretty sure you guys will be able to take out a Fairy type move with just 1 turn of Poison Jab from a Pangoro. Okay, now I also wanted to give this thing another stab move. Just gotta find it. I think yes. Okay, we're gonna give this thing Crunch just because it's stab, and also I believe it lowers defense. I can't spell it right. Right, there we go. Like I said, it's also because it's stab, and I believe this thing lowers physical defense. Yes, it lowers your opponent's physical defense, maybe. So those are the 2 stab moves you're going to be running, is Storm Throw and Crunch, and for coverage, Poison Jab. Now, like I said before, I was thinking about giving this thing either Stone Edge or Rock Slide, but let's look at its other moves. Now, I've seen a lot of people run Shadow Claw. I don't think it's very good for it just because of its typing. I mean, you will never see a Pangoro go up like against a Gengar per se, like typing wise, but it's not like you're going to be, because like if you're playing by tiers, like I said, Pangoro is in the RU tier, so it's not like you're going to be able to see him. But if you're not playing by tiers, then that's on you. So Shadow Claw is good just for like the ghost type Pokemon as well, and the psychic types, but you are immune to psychic types, so it's not like you really need Shadow Claw and or ghost type actually. So let's see, I was thinking about giving this thing Earthquake, but it's not like it's not like you're gonna need it, because you do have like a rock type move if you are going to be running Stone Edge or Rock Slide, which we are most likely going to have. I'm actually going to go with Stone Edge because it hits harder and it has a very high crit ratio, just like Storm Throw, but it's not 100%. It does miss. What is its accuracy? 80? Come on. Yes, its accuracy is at 80. Let's check. I don't know what Rock Slide is, because I never really used these moves before. Okay, so 90. Actually, we're going to go with Rock Slide instead, just because it has a 90% accuracy, and you also have a chance to actually flinch. So Rock Slide is actually the best coverage move for it, or should I say the best rock type coverage move. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. Here's the Pangoro set I've been working on for a while. Only thing I've been doing was just on Damage Calc, looking up some Pokemon, and like for instance, I go to Primate and use Close Combat where Pangoro will be able to live it, stuff like that. That's what I've been working on as well. So there's its moveset with Storm Throw, Poison Jab, Crunch, Rock Slide. I think that's a very good moveset for me. Now Pangoro does get access to Dragon Claw, so if you don't want to run Rock Slide, then you can also run Dragon Claw, or Shadow Claw, but Shadow Claw is not really essential for Pangoro. Same thing for Dragon Claw. It's just basically for coverage. So Rock Slide or Stone Edge is your best bet to actually use. So there's that. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed this moveset video, don't forget to leave me a like. Also, don't forget to comment and subscribe. I will be having more moveset videos out within like this month, because it is August 1st when I'm recording this, or should I say it's 1 o'clock in the morning, August 1st. So enough of me talking. Like I said, thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed this moveset video, don't forget to leave me a like. Don't also forget to comment and subscribe. I'm White Boy for the win, and I'll catch you guys later.